Welcome in, everyone, to a new episode here on Forgotten Isles. Now that we have got some crops in our bin and some hay bales in our barn, we can start getting some animals. So in this episode, we're going to start off by running to town and picking up a trailer full of sheep. So let's get down and let's get started. One thing we weren't really thinking about when we set this farm up is the equipment. Most of our fields are small. Well, this is the only plow or cultivator that we have. So with those small fields, that is going to be a little bit of a challenge, including our planters that are both pretty decent size. I mean, that equipment will be really good when we rip the bottom grounds up and create fields down there, but for these little fields up here on top of the hill, they're going to be rough. I'm going to run down to our cattle barn and grab our livestock trailer, and then we'll run to town. Then we can actually see what this map is all about. Our farm has several of these little dirt roads on them, and we'll probably end up disking a lot of them up to turn them into the fields, but we do have some logs over there when it hurt to get rid of soon. There's a little island out here with some trees on it as well. Not sure if there's very many paths to get to it. I doubt we actually own it. I know on the way to town there are going to be a lot of low wet spots that we're going to have to go through, here being one of them. Nothing that should be too deep. I mean, whoever created this map, they did a beautiful job. There's a lot of fancy detail to it, and just some odd things, kind of like Frontier, how it was completely different. That's why I wanted to come to this map after Frontier, because I wanted something that was unique. This map definitely is unique. With all the little odd dead-end roads going out to the middle of nowhere, and then these water crossings. Be neat in the wintertime if this would freeze up, kind of like Ice Road Truckers, where you drive across a frozen lake. Here we got some boats with fallen trees out there. There's all kinds of detail. Pretty neat. But here, let me get to the livestock market and load up with a load of sheep. Here's another one of those little crossings, and as you can tell, this one had a little bit of an accident happen down there. Looks like somebody lost their loader. Whoopsie. So those little details are really nice. And here, this looks like must be the livestock market. See if I can get this thing turned in there without having a problem. A little bit tighter than I would like it to be. Good thing we just have a little trailer. Let me get this thing backed up and get it loaded. Looks to me like this trailer will actually hold 23 full-size sheep. So we'll go ahead and fill it clear full. Not sure how many our barn will hold, but I'm sure that much. And get this back to the farm. And I did notice that you can drive through these bushes. There's no collision on them. So I like that. Makes life a lot easier when you can just drive through things and not damage your equipment. But I'll get these back and get them loaded into the sheep barn. Here we are, get this unloaded. Then we need to get the big tractor down, the new pollen, with that plow and get that grass field that we just did last time tilled up so we can actually get it seeded before it's too late. Let's unload all of them. I don't know why it's only letting me do one at a time. Let's see. Oh, somehow it's not wanting to unload. Or maybe it just does. No, the animal type does not support unloading. Well, that's not good. I'm pretty sure she put a sheep pen in here. Maybe this isn't even a sheep pen. It is a dairy sheep pen. Well, I guess I should have checked to see what mods she used. See where the trigger is and see if I can load in some other kind here. Somewhere. There. Well, it looks like it's the same kind of sheep. So I'll just, I think it was what, 23? Let's do that, and then we'll add the money back and just empty out our trailer. 23. Bye. There we go. 44.72. Let me make some changes and get right back. There, I do believe everything was set back right. So I'll put this away and we'll hop in that tractor and get started. Can't believe that was a dairy sheep barn instead of a regular sheep barn. Must have found a mod in the mod folder that I didn't even remember having. So now I guess we get to make milk with our sheep as well. Now if I can remember how to get to the barn over there. I need to make a shortcut here. Alright, so I'll do this. We'll get started. In case you missed the first episode, this map, or this farm build here, was actually made by my daughter. That is why some of these barns that she put in, I was not aware were what they were. But it is a beautiful setup that she came up with. Let's see, this is why this thing is a little bit too big to be working on top of the hill. But coming on down here, it should do just fine. There we go. Great field. And out so I can see what I'm doing. Looks like we do have rocks turned on. I can't remember if I shut those off or not. But everything that we mowed in the last episode, I'm going to go through and till up. And we'll go ahead and seed this. Not sure what crops we can do. I know canola we can do right now. Check the calendar and see what crops we could plant in this. It looks like just canola and grass. So I might actually wait till September next month and plant wheat in here. So wheat, we have chickens. I did add chickens off screen, so we have some chickens, but they need wheat or barley to eat, so we don't have any of that planted right now. It was an oats field that we harvested last time. So we do need to get some of that, because right now I'm going to have to just run to town and buy a pallet or two of chicken feed. Keep them fed so they don't die. But I will go ahead and disc this whole field up, and I'll be back in just a little bit. I normally don't roll my fields, but I think if we would roll this, since none of these rocks are that big, it would probably get rid of these little stones out here. Did I get it all? Oh, I missed that little stretch. So let me hop out of the tractor real quick and see what it says. Looks like it just says it's going to have weeds growing and it needs lime. It doesn't say anything about these little rocks, so I guess I don't need to roll it. I won't even worry about that. Just instead, get this little piece of grass here, then we'll go grab a tractor and get some lime put on it. And then one thing I did remember when I'm sitting here going through this field is we got the sheep, but we did not feed them yet. So I need to run down to the barn and grab a bale of hay for them so that they don't wither up and die on me. So I'd like them to have them produce some milk now that they're actually dairy sheep. I think 2 bales will be good for right now. There we go. Alright. Put these on the tractor, run up there. Be nice to get some cattle as well, but right now the cattle's going to have to wait. Ooh. Maybe you just have to take one at a time. I'm not sure if this tractor's going to be able to do both or not and still have enough weight on the back. Right now we need to mow some more grass to be able to make some silage. I'll do some of that in the next episode. Hopefully by winter time we'll have cattle on the farm. So far it's making it up the hill. Back tires go off the ground a little bit. See if we can safely make it across the bridge. Yeah, it's a little light back there. Don't really know anything about these dairy sheep. Hopefully they take hay. Regular sheep does, so I don't see why they wouldn't. There we go. Alright, hopefully those disappear. Yeah, it's filling up. Knock this one down. There we go. There, perfect. Alright, well, I'll go grab the Kubota tractor and get that lime spread. This is kind of my go-to fertilizer and lime spreader on all the maps. I like it because I believe it's 42 meter spread on it. So it gets the job done and it gets it done quickly. Like this field, really, it's not that big. It might be able to go through it in just one round. We'll soon find out. It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but with this big mountain in front of us, it kind of blocks the sunlight. Oh yeah, this end's definitely going to get it in one pass. Down here to the end, speed it up real quick. Down here, corner. All right. I think we'll have to have probably another pass there in the middle. This end will all be done in one. Go around it once and see if I can make it with just one time around. We didn't quite make it all the way. Got most of it. But, you know, we went through quite a bit of lime, really. Now, of course, I don't use precision farming. That would save me quite a bit in lime. To me, it's just easier just doing it this way. So then I don't have to worry about trying to remember to buy those soil samples. I think we're good for today. We will advance time, skip to September, and maybe we'll have a bean field ready. If not, we can go down and plant that wheat field. Well, I just advanced time to September and realized I forgot to get these guys fed yesterday. They're still all alive. I mean, health is at 0%. There's no eggs yet, but they are alive. So I'm going to first run to town, get a pallet of chicken feed, then I will come back and then we can plant that field in wheat. So let me get the pickup. And it's getting dark already. Looks like it's going to be raining very soon. I won't have enough time to get all that seeded. I believe I should be able to still plant in the rain. Don't have anything ready to combine yet. So that's a plus. Looks like I'm going to have to get out and use a little bit of strength and throw these where I want them. There it goes. Maybe. Hear it coming out. There. I'll get this filled up, then we will go grab a seeder and get in that field. There, we got it all filled up with seed and fertilizer. This is actually a no-till setup, but you know, since this is a new field, we definitely had to till it first. We're going to use it. Oh, see, the weeds are already growing. Not sure if I should just use. I think we have a big self-propelled sprayer, so I think we're just going to use it. Perfect. Well, I'll get around, get this done up, and then we're going to wait for the weeds to come back up before we spray it. We do have a big self-propelled sprayer that'll do this job very well. I think it'll be a lot easier than trying to get a weeder out here. The big self-propelled sprayers are a lot larger in size, although some of the newer mods that they came out with in the DLC packs do have pretty good seeders. Or not seeders, but weeders. Try to say that 3 times. Weeders, seeders. Well, I got horseplay working on that field, so we're going to go and we're going to actually start mowing some grass to make silage. This thing won't quite fit in that building. Let's see if I can just grab on and pull this thing out. Oop, of course not. I closed the door instead. Well, let me grab a tractor and have it pull it out then. Of course, in the process of doing this, it would start raining. We'll hurry and get this done before the ground's too wet. We'll park over there. I had screwed up when I first started that horseplay setup and had wages turned on. I was paying the guy to do the work. I didn't like that, so I did fix it. So it cost me $2, it looks like, last hour for him to do it. I think we're going to go down by the cattle barn and mow that piece of ground up. Eventually we'll turn it into a field. Right down there, I think that'll work perfect. Then of course we have to take this up to the top of the hill to be able to get the fermenter. That's where it is up there. Park here and get this set up right. There, looks like everything's on like it's supposed to be. Didn't want to spread it. I wanted it all to go in the middle. But we will increase our speed here. We're going really slow. I mean, we could, do do this in bales and then wrap it. We do have the wrapper, but the only thing is with that, I mean, it takes a little longer to ferment, and we can put it inside our fermenter and have it done in no time, which is actually looks like a pretty small field here. All the barns in the way. Of course, the wagon fills up really quick too. And here I go again. I forgot to get that silage additive. I always forget that. I started putting it on all the equipment now, so I could try to add it to it, but I always forget to put it in the equipment before I take off with it. Yeah, I think this little piece here will fill it up. Raining too hard yet. Yeah, once the sun came up a little bit more, over the mountaintop back there, the light came through a little better. There we go. Almost full. Good enough for this first load. Let's use this to haul it back up. Get that fermenter on so we can get it starting to make silage. The other guy should be about finished. Of course, we had fertilizer in the planter, so we can fertilize and seed at the same time. Not sure if our sheep made any wool overnight. Yeah, it looks like, oh no, I forgot, they make milk. So it looks like they have milk already. How much milk they made. There we go, if I aim at the right thing. Just 167 liters, so they must not make any wool. I was kind of hoping they'd make wool too. That's something to start with. Well, now that it's going to start raining this much, I think we might just stop it right here. I had to get a tractor to unload it. The mower didn't want to do the job. Looks like he's almost got that corner at least wrapped up down at the bottom of the hill. Now that it's going to start raining this hard, I think that'll probably do it for this episode here on Forgotten Isles. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to slap that like button. If you haven't become a subscriber of AutoSim Crew yet, we would love to have you join us. So until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.
Be ye therefore followers of God as dear children, and walk in love, as Christ also hath loved us, and hath given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet-smelling savor.